Hello and thanks for joining me. I'm Kevin Mills, and one of my 2019 New Year's resolutions was to put together a series of not too long videos on a number of investing related topics. This is going to be my first, and today I'd like us to talk about investing, saving, and at the same time making money. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, position you are in life. Right now, you know two things for sure when it comes to your money. Saving is good and investing is good. Now, you may not know where or how to save your money, and you may not know what to invest in, but you know that those are both sound principles. You also know that you can make money by saving your money. You also know that you can make money by investing your money. So your profit portion in the discussion for today is really a ipso facto default of saving and investing. And as if you didn't know already that both of these were good things, saving and investing, I'm going to go over a couple of things that are going to reinforce that for you, because when you go into this video series with me, I want you to be anxious and gung-ho to start saving money and investing money, and even investing the money that you're saving. At the same time, I'm hoping that once you start this process, you're going to take some of that money that you've made, you've earned that profit, and reinvest it as well, save it as well. The best way for us to make money with the money we've saved is by investing it. And you can do that simply by putting it in the bank and earning a very, very small percentage of interest. You could put it into CDs, you could put it into stocks, bonds, any other number of instruments, and earn varying returns on it. The younger we get, the less easier it is to accept or believe. But let me tell you, I promise you from my own experience, we all get old, and the older we get, the more we realize that we're going to count on our savings and our investments to carry us through, because we don't want to work forever. We'd like to retire at some point. We don't have anything to count on these days unless we're counting on ourselves. Now, you may have a 401k, you may have an IRA, you may have a retirement fund, but unless you are heavily investing in your 401k and your retirement fund, you've got a limit to what you can put into your IRA. You are not going to have a significant income to rely on when you retire. Another thing to keep in mind, if you are in a situation where you receive a pension, okay, many times, and we've seen this over and over again, and we're probably looking at, depending upon when you're watching this video, any number of different companies that are telling their pension recipients that, I'm sorry, we cannot pay out what we told you you were going to receive. We cannot pay out what you were expecting to receive. We cannot pay out what you counted on when you paid into this pension, because the market isn't doing what we thought it was, or we mismanaged your money, or they'll try to tell you it's because you're living too long and so is everybody else. Bottom line, you're not getting that dollar amount on the check that you thought you could count on. So we know we can't count on pensions. We already discussed the downfalls with an IRA. There is a limit to how much you can put into your IRA. There are also limits to what you can take out of it after you retire, how much you can take out of it in the intervals that you're going to receive that money. We've also talked about limits of retirement funds and 401ks and other retirement-based funds that you're going to put your money into that you can count on once you've retired, or hopefully count on once you're retired. And I know some of you are already saying, I can hear it on the other side of this video, what about Social Security? Seriously, if you're counting on Social Security, you must be living someplace else. They say that Social Security is not going to even be around in a number of decades, and that's going to be when some of us retire, and after a lot of you retire. We can't count on Social Security. We know that. I mean, a million different reasons. I don't even have time in the whole series of videos to talk about why we can't count on Social Security and why we should not count on Social Security. Unfortunately, we have to pay into Social Security. That's the law. I don't think we're ever going to get that money back as retirees on our side. It's just not going to happen. It's just not managed correctly. It's a fool's errand to pay into Social Security, but we have to do it because it is the law. Now, after you've watched this video and some more of the videos in this series, I want you to take a look at your financial situation, and we'll talk about that in some future videos. Take a look at your financial situation and figure out what you can put aside to save and what you can put aside to invest. And we'll even talk about how you can invest money from your 401k and from your IRA into things that you want to invest in, that you have an interest in, that you're going to be able to possibly get a better return on than where the money is now. So we've covered why we need to save, and it kind of goes without saying that if we can put the money that we save into investments and get a return, that our, at very least, retirement is going to look a little healthier, a little safer, a little more secure. We'll have something that we can rely on. This is also going to be something that can change your life. It can change the way you live. It can change the way you enjoy your life. It can change the way your children and your family enjoy their lives. And I'm not talking about just being able to have that extra financial security. I'm talking about being able to educate them to duplicate the processes that you have done. They will be tried and true, obviously, if you're making money. Now, while we are on that topic, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the reason most people do not invest, they save on something that they feel is going to be the most secure, which is money in a savings account, which is going to earn you a fraction of a percentage every year, but it's safe. It's guaranteed by the bank. Who doesn't trust the bank, right? I get it. You feel like the money's going to be there. Unless you've got millions of dollars, though, to drop into the bank to keep there, to earn interest on, it's not a good investment return. Which brings me to returns on investment. Obviously, the riskier the investment, the greater the potential returns. The more sound and secure the investment, the lesser the returns are going to be. Now, that is a basic rule of thumb when it comes to investing your money. It works also when you go to Las Vegas or any casino or gambling house or anywhere else. The greater the stakes, the greater the odds with the game, the higher your potential returns. The easier you can win that game, the less your returns are going to be. That's why they have odds on sporting events and anything that happens. The higher the odds are against the bet that you're making, the greater the returns are going to be. The lower the odds are against what you're betting, the lesser your returns are going to be. A basic math, and I'm sure you guys already know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you to go looking for risky investments just so you can get great returns. There are plenty of investments that don't have a lot of risk that will give you great returns. One of my favorite investments is real estate. Real estate will give you amazing returns, and you can start small and your returns can grow with the equity you have in the property, and we'll discuss that again later in the series. So I keep saying that because this is our first video, so we've got lots and lots of ground to cover this year. So I will keep saying we're going to cover this in the future until we get further down this path. what I really want to impart on all of you in this video is I want you to start getting ready to look at your financial house. I want you to figure out what you need to pay your bills, what you need to live a life that's not going to be a life of poverty, and what you can start putting aside reasonably, okay, and even a little aggressively into a savings and into investment. Because as we get into this series, I'm going to cover a number of great, sound, solid investment opportunities, not my own. I'm going to tell you how to go out and find your own that you could be putting your money in and getting returns. And at the end of the day, that is what I want to see for you. I want to see you see a return from your investments. I want you to send me an email. I want you to send me a comment. I want you to say, Kevin, thanks for the advice. I'm doing well with this. I'm doing well with that. And I want to be able to share it with anybody who's watching these videos moving forward. So until we do this next video, I want to say thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next video.